Being an entrepreneur is a high risk, but we all know that as it also gives us very high rewards. Every entrepreneur has an inspiring personality behind which they have had a very challenging journey. Entrepreneurs are driven by a need to succeed and to control their journey. Hello and welcome to the Thinking Tree Talk Show. Today's talk show is dedicated to all those aspiring aspirants out there. In this video, we are going to discuss how to establish your own startup with a very successful businessman, Mr. Srinath Biru. He's currently the chairman at Entrepreneurship Community. He's a business mentor, also regional mentor at Innovation Mission Official. He's a chief innovation and evangelist at Excel Soft Technologies. He's an investor, mainly invests in early stage startups, right? Also a member YLC at All India Management Association. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show. It is a great honor for us to have you.
Thank you so much. Same here. I'm also privileged to be part of this, session, and happy to share my thoughts and whatever I've gained all these years. It will be definitely good actually to share some of my journey experience and some thoughts. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks to Mr. Sanath also that giving this an opportunity to share again those thoughts actually which I would like to share. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much. Like very well said that successful people inspire other people to become successful as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It
And
also
as
inspires us
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
as
please.
okay, so we are moving ahead to the questions now. So I'll be asking you a
Yes.
few questions and then you'll have to answer me accordingly. Okay.
Okay,
So
sure.
moving ahead to the first question. As we all know, clarity is one of the most important factor before doing anything. You must have, complete knowledge about it. As we all know, there is a startup boom in the country, and it feels like almost every young person today is looking to create a startup. However, most of them don't know how it has to be done. For them, what are the most important things to keep in mind while starting a business?
Okay, it's a good question actually, to check whether when they should start and why they should start. Those are the two things which comes in the mind. So somebody, he or she, they want to start a startup. I think they should do a lot of research in the market, whether they are good to start something now, or is there any viability to start up, or is there something like what they want to do is good in the market, or somebody supports me. So this kind of a research gives them a lot of confidence. It doesn't look good actually that they come out of the college, or they come out of the some kind of an work early at the 1 year 2 years, and they then start the startup. It doesn't make any sense for them, because that experience they would have not been carried, or they would have not met people. So two things. One, I want to say, they should do a lot of deep research actually, so that they know what they want to do, when they want to do, and why they should do it. And second thing, they should build solid network. A good networking actually with the right people, with the right environment, makes them to be more conducive in terms of getting into this sector, startup sector, where every street and every corner of the world, people are starting, and so many people are starting startups. So these are the two things: research and right networking.
Definitely, like research and networking, and also you said that experience, like you, without experience, we shouldn't do that. Like we must have the at least the knowledge about the industry, right?
Yes.
So, like as relating to this only, in my analysis of startups culture, like I spoke to many of the students who are looking forward to start their businesses. Interestingly, their focus is more on getting the investor than having a great idea or profit margins. It led me to think that startup owners have started thinking about getting investments as the only destination, which is actually not. The real work starts after you receive the fundings. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, there are two things here. You are rightly, this is a right question in terms of what startup has to focus, and where there has to be a clarity. One, actually, if you look at the entire startup ecosystem, most of the startups, I mean, like the founders or the startups, the culture they develop is at the end of the day they want to see the money coming in and they spend that money and what is next. That's the one of the idea they keep. Very few actually focuses and great confidence with the passion. They move into the product development, what they really want to do there and create an impact in the society. That's what they look at. Some of the startups actually slowly and progressively they build all aspects of the startup. So my experience working with many startups and looking at the startups in the market, I think they should not focus on the money, of course, which is a need, but still
Definitely.
they have to really work on what they intend to do and prove to a certain degree that they can do this, they want to do this, and there is something for this. Then only they
Right.
should look at, go for the money. Then it makes a lot of sense. There are a few categories of the startups in this ecosystem. Some focuses only on the money and then exit for some time, and they're unable to do anything and move actually not much. The second category, some of them were very serious in terms of what they want to do and intend to do, so that they develop and prove and then get into the money factor that they want to get investments. The third aspect is very few startups actually don't look at money at all for certain time. They simply go and prove in the market, prove to the investors, prove to the society that they have done something and they can do this. That's what the three I have found actually for many years. Right from the very early stage startups to the matured startups, I have seen this kind of startups. So I feel for the question which you have asked me, the clarity and the focus should be on really what they want to do, and the startup owners actually should really look at that. Are they serious to do something? And the greatest asset of the entrepreneur is passion. Okay, if that passion is there, they want to do something, then they will build the confidence, and then they can show to the world that they can do something. If these three are not there, I doubt the startups can do something and prove something. Fine.
As you said, the passion is the most important quality of an
Correct.
entrepreneur. And yeah.
Correct.
So moving ahead, contradictory to all these startup owners, like thinking about the profit is a major part of every business. But apart from profit making, what are the factors that makes a startup successful?
Okay, in my sense, in my meaning as in a profit, the word, it's not only the money profit, it's also the result profit and the success profit actually. So a combination of the result profit and the success profit gives you money. That's what I feel they should look at that. It's not the profit of the money and the account at the end of the day saying that so much profit I have done. It makes in no sense actually, because for many years I have seen good investors, the large investors like VC or any other institutional investors I have seen, even though there is a profit in some of the startups who have been matured very well, they haven't gone ahead and invested. They have gone completely as an exit mode. So profit means the success in the market where they want to go, where they want to be in, and the profit is something they give results. And this profit actually should be on the progressive way. So the money also trails and follows up with you to give you some results as in a money at the end of the day you want to count. So probably I feel if these three are available with the entrepreneurs in the startup ecosystem, I think someone will, he or she as a founder can make a lot of difference. That's what I feel.
Right. So, like post pandemic, startup culture has evolved very rapidly. We all know that. There have been many good changes as well, and there have been many bad changes in the multiple industries. So, what are the changes that you like the most in post pandemic startup culture?
Okay, whatever may be the reason, actually, the COVID came and we all got into some kind of a locked situation, and then started innovations and came up with the good innovation minds. Post pandemic has given a lot of lessons to us, to all of us. And the industry wise, I find, especially in country like India, in the post pandemic, fintech was a great
Yes.
turnout. Healthcare, the whole system of the healthcare was a great turnout. And to a certain extent, education, actually, edtech space. came out
Hectic.
with very this one, and product development across sectors was very good turnout. So these are the space I look at, and something in areas of agri services, agri tech, agri product services, agri support. That was the fourth industry which in the post-pandemic gave a lot of innovations, turnouts, product development. So these are the industry which I look in the post-pandemic has done something for India.
Yeah, like post-pandemic, people started relying on online stuff more. Like previously, they used not to trust the online sites that much as they started trusting after the pandemic.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, very well said. No matter how brilliant your mind or strategy is, if you're not playing, like if you are playing a solo game, you will lose out of a team. Moving forward, like to begin your own startup, we all need a team. We can't work without a team. So, how to choose the right team?
Okay, this very important one, which I have found for many years in the startup ecosystem or in the certain, irrespective of the domain space, the work actually, and I have found if the team is not good, their growing path becomes very challenging and risk also. Why? Because there are many examples I can say. Some of the founders are together, after some time they exit each other. It doesn't make any sense, even though their innovation or product development or the thinking is very good. But if the team is not good, that's why the team is not good, basically because of some great understanding is not happening. That is one thing. And some of the team I found, for example, I am a founder and my co-founder or any of my team members are suddenly picked and made as a team member. Rather, we know each other for a long time. I think someone they want to start a startup, they should again backtrack with research, saying that what kind of a person actually I can be a founder for me in terms of team member or whoever it is. So I feel as a solo member, you should take a journey for some time and then keep researching parallelly for a good team member who can really help. But being a team member doesn't make any sense if that team member doesn't have any passion, confidence, and something actually they can give to the system and develop that. Actually, that's what I find and I have found, and all sorts of startups I have found actually in my journey. Team members are not great, or after some time they just collapse and they keep doing something. That's what I feel from my experience.
So basically, we must team up with the people whom we know in and out, at least, like for starting up a business. Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
normally I have seen, I know one space startup actually they've been doing fine. I know the founder for a long time, from his early engineering days. He has got founders from his classmates. I mean, like they are his classmates from the beginning. So they have been gelled together and they know each other very well with respect to their culture, with respect to the working style, the structure they work. They know very well each other for many years now. So whatever happens, actually, they just sail through, and they know actually why they should not do much in this, all that. So that way it makes sense because they've
yeah,
done all sorts of research to stay together so that they know
right.
each other to contribution. So the team members should really look at and pick right members who can contribute really and positively and
Yes.
seriously.
Like meeting of minds is one of the important element. Right? Their minds should meet.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah. So,
absolutely.
like recently, we have heard a news about Rapido, Ola, Uber bikes being banned in Delhi. So, they said that violation of Motor Vehicle Act was there, due to which they were banned. Though it was very like helpful for the people living in Delhi, because it is a very traffic filled place. Like its traffic is really bad. So on that, like even after doing everything, their motive of Rapido was very nice. Like they were giving employment to so many people, yet doing everything right in a business. How, like following all the parameters, even they followed all the parameters. So these kinds of uncertainties come, and just sudden ban. So how to, how can a startup be prepared for such uncertainties?
Okay. One of the thing startups should remember, the founders, uh, they should really work with the government also on certain policies, terms, and conditions, because one of the dynamics in the government actually is very fast. They keep changing actually, for various reasons, for their gains, the political gains and the system gain, and the tweaking on the tweaking for purpose of some kind of a growth in the political. So in that system, the founders should align actually, so that they know what is really happening within the government, which helps them. Probably the companies like Rapido, Ola, or whoever it is in the bike category, they did not envisage that there is some policy change with the government, because in the government the people are very dynamic, and
Right.
they should really learn the mindset of those political system. So Rapido and Ola, or any bike companies, did not realize that probably they were trying to fast move on, making money, being in the society, and all that. Moreover, if you named Rapido, Ola, and any other services based company, they're all service based company. So they
Right.
should look at that. They should look at that, how they give importance in the service, not getting into this kind of culture where it damages because of the political system. I think
Definitely.
they should align with the government, and being good with the government makes a lot of sense for the future growth, and
Right.
being in the market.
Yeah.
Otherwise, today you have a the system A. Suddenly, the new government comes, their policy may change. It may affect you. So I think being in the system and being part of the system helps your business to grow slowly. I mean, like progressively, rather making fast and everything you're doing fast and everything is turning out. Afterwards, you look back and say that these are things damaging. I think they should be aligned with the system, I feel, and be in the system.
Yeah, definitely. Like it has been like there should be a proper connection. They must keep that relations with the government as well, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You should have one person who does this relationship management very
Yeah.
strongly. Yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise it becomes your. You should be like matrimonial system. People around that system, they do really that. The two families unite together, at least stay for some time. I think that should be there.
Mhm. So as we are moving ahead towards the end of the show, so would you like to
Okay.
say something about Thinking Tree?
Thanks actually for giving me this short time and good time to share my experiences. But I feel that startup ecosystem is growing faster in India, and
Yeah.
but too many startups are coming out. I think sometime in the future it should get filtered, so that the real startups stay and real
Yes.
innovations happen. Actually, if you look at the question you asked me post pandemic, what kind of an industry emerged in a different way: fintech, healthcare, edtech,
Yeah.
services, so many, and also this online system, digital
Um,
side. So now there are too many startups on this in this sector, actually in these industries. I think it should get filtered and make profit. Too many startups doesn't give any birth to sustainability. They just make a short profits. But
yeah.
I feel there has to be some filter mechanism, so that good innovations stay back in India. And most of the countries which on after post this pandemic, they're looking India as one of the great partners. I feel this filtering mechanism and sustainability in the innovation. And I found with few startups in the last 2 3 years, their business model is not strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And revenue model is not strong. So
Mm.
these are the two things which startups should develop really. And most of the startup, I found, not only the startup, if I keep aside my startup talk now, from many years, in many talks or in many, when I meet people, I keep sharing that networking is a key. You should network. The startup should develop that network culture, and I find that will be a good. And second, the last point which I would like to share, I think the students who are very enthusiastic today should not get into the startup immediately after their studies. They really need to mature for some time, learn something, build something, then jump into kind of being in the startup or develop something. That's what I would like to share. Probably next time, if you give me an opportunity, more time, I would like to share more actually.
Definitely, sir, definitely. So, one last question from my end. Like,
Please.
what are the qualities you see in an entrepreneur while as you are an investor and you invest in early stage startups? So, what is that one quality that you see in that entrepreneur while investing in his business?
Okay, one quality with added with couple of qualities is the passion. I look.
Yeah,
If passion dies, actually nothing will happen.
yeah,
And confidence, because there are two things actually which comes into startup mind. One is desperation and frustration. If
yes,
desperation starts, frustration comes. But if you keep the confidence high, actually these two things will not dominate you. So passion and confidence, and marketing technique, the mechanism, that I feel that has to be solid actually in startup founders. These are the three: passion, confidence, and marketing mechanism. Because if you don't market at the end of the day, people will not know, society will not know, and you don't
yeah,
know what to do then. So these are the
yeah,
three. There are a lot actually, but I found from many years, these are the three.
yeah. It's like in Hindi we say "जो दिखता है वही बिकता है." Like,
Absolutely. Exactly. Exactly.
yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable
Thank
insights.
you.
It was a great pleasure hosting you. I just hope that your insights will be valuable for our viewers too. So
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you
before
so
ending
much.
today's,
Oh, sure. Absolutely. And thank you so much. Thanks to your organization, Thinking Tree, right?
yeah,
Giving me this good opportunity to share my thoughts. Probably again, we meet in future and talk more. Thank you so
definitely,
much.
definitely, sir,
Thank you.
definitely. Like before ending
Yes.
the talk show, there is a one last question for the audience. Like all of the viewers whosoever is watching, if you also ever thought of, the audience, if you also ever wanted to set up your own startup, what do you think that is one thing which is stopping you from doing that? So just tell us in the comment section. And that's it for today. Subscribe to our channel for more such videos and do like share the video. Keep learning with the Thinking Tree. Thank you so much, sir.